Okay, I'm finally back. You know what they say, if they tease you, they like you. The Takagi series is the perfect embodiment of that. Since season 1, our protagonist Nishikata has been constantly teased by his seating neighbor Takagi, who obviously has feelings for him. While the romantic progress has been shown to develop throughout the seasons, with Nishikata slowly recognizing his feelings, we, the viewers, have constantly been the victims of the ambiguity of their relationships. They haven't really explicitly confessed to each other yet. Well, I finally got a chance to watch the Takagi San movie, and in this video I will talk about my thoughts on it. It will be heavily loaded with spoilers, so if you have not watched it yet, maybe you'd want to proceed with caution, but I can confidently tell you that it would be a satisfactory experience. Now, let's get into it. Let me just very quickly summarize the film. It is about the last summer of the character's middle school year. If you're confused, school basically starts around spring in Japan, so they don't immediately graduate before their summer break. That's why it is the last summer of their middle school years. This basically means that everybody is going to see each other for the last time as they are moving on to high school. The story revolves around how Nishikata and Takagi spends it together. It also talks a bit about the side characters. People often say you'll only cherish something or someone when you are about to lose it, or lose them. This movie perfectly exploits it, whether to the characters or to us audience. It is not only Takagi and Nishikata that are separating. The trio, the other couples, they are also separating. It is only when you're separating where you realize how important the people that have always been around you are. The people that you often find yourself taking for granted. The movie sets the atmosphere perfectly well and conveys these feelings properly. Throughout the film, this summer being the last summer of middle school is being repeated over and over again. It's not new that the characters are separating. We also see that pretty often in different shows or movies or anime. But it's also a reminder to us audience. We basically follow the characters throughout the middle school years in the 3 seasons. This is a reminder that we've been taking for granted. The relaxing little slice of life stories we've been fed throughout the 3 seasons of Takagi. Despite Takagi and Nishikata being the focus of the show, this movie strikes us in a way that makes us realize how familiar we have gotten with the side characters also. At least to me, I felt the sense of saudade as I'm reminded of the conclusion of the story. I never realized how important these side characters are to me. I truly miss them. It sends a message. It reads how we shouldn't take the presence of anybody around us for granted, despite how trivial it may seem. Back to the main couple. We surely have gotten to see some romantic progress being made in the light of constant teasing throughout the 3 seasons. Still, we haven't got to the meat yet. We've gotten very close to a confession in season 3 with the White Day story. It is only the imminence of separation that forces a final trial for Nishikata to recognize his own feelings towards Takagi. Before, he could very confidently and naturally disclaim that he had absolutely no feelings for Takagi. But in this movie, he showed prominent hesitance in answering the questions about his feelings towards Takagi. Besides being a very wholesome romance, this anime has also been a perfect coming-of-age story of Nishikata recognizing his own intimate emotions towards Takagi. Our man has grown. He has learned not to back away from romance and instead to embrace his role in their relationship. He has learned that he doesn't need an excuse to want to meet Takagi. It doesn't have to be practicing two-person cycling. It doesn't have to be winning in their contest. He doesn't need an excuse to meet her. Their relationship can be won without an excuse to meet each other. Instead of avoiding the hand, he held it voluntarily. This is the growth of our MC. This is the growth of Nishikata. And this is the progress of their relationship. It's simple, but it is beautiful. Then just let me talk a bit about the nuts and bolts of the movie. The animation is just very, very smooth. Visuals beautiful, music really striking. The music of Takagi San never misses. And I like how they keep the tradition of using Takagi's VA, the Takahashi's covers of popular songs such as the endings. They just fit the atmosphere and the mood very well. And the post-credit scene is just perfect. It echoes an earlier story point which wraps up the whole story. It basically goes a full circle. It is perfect. Okay, and this also wraps our video up. I know this will probably be the end of the franchise, but I still miss it very, very much. If you have seen the movie, what do you think of it? Comment down below. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified, and I'll see all of you next time. Bye.